2020 was bad. So the year is finally coming to an end, and people are getting hyped for 2021 like it's somehow gonna change everything, which, let me tell you, it's not gonna get any better anytime soon. COVID isn't gonna disappear because a 0 goes to a 1. That's not to say I'm not hopeful for all this pandemic nonsense to be over with. I'm just saying that moving into a new year doesn't suddenly solve all the problems of the previous. So let's look back on all the great things that happened this year. Yay. As if I even need to say it, it's pretty obvious that the main reason 2020 was so god-awful is the coronavirus pandemic, so I'm not going to spend any time on the virus itself because everyone already knows how terrible it is, but all the other side effects are just as bad. I am introverted as hell, but being forced to stay at home for so long can get exhausting. The only thing that's kept me sane during all of this is being in Discord calls with friends and doing art. But now my art is suffering because I have no ideas or motivation from being stuck at home all the time. Also, I personally hate how the UK has dealt with the whole situation too. Honestly, I don't even really blame old Bojo for having to deal with this because, quite frankly, I don't think any Prime Minister would have been able to deal with this. But the rules and regulations put in place over the year are so convoluted, so half-assed, that the whole country is suffering as a result. Some people have, or are still, completely ignoring the rules, and now we're having to deal with being constantly in and out of lockdown. Yeah, I hope that one day out on the beach was worth it, you selfish morons. And then after tier 4 restrictions were put in place in London, people started going to the train stations to leave London for Christmas. Don't go out of a tier 4 area, you'll just spread the virus even more. But of course, it wasn't just the pandemic that sucked ass. There's also other crap too, like politics. Yay! Yay. Everyone's favourite. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail with any of this because everyone's already sick to death of it, but is it too much to ask that we all just get along? After all this progression with acceptance, pride, and tolerance and all that, you'd think we'd be past all this racism and bigotry by now. Apparently not. But hey, I guess it wasn't all bad. There were some good things in 2020. DeviantArt finally got an upgrade at the cost of a bunch of whiny man-children bandwagoning together because they didn't like the layout. There was a lot of good music that came out this year. Devin Townsend kept us all sane with his quarantine projects and concerts. Please, Devin, I need an album of those songs, like, they're really good. I'll pay anything. Along with one of the greatest music videos I think I've ever seen, animated by the awesome Flacco Weasel. Ailstorm graced us with their new album, Curse of the Crystal Coconut. Like, seriously, these guys just keep getting better and better, and I love it. Code Orange followed up their amazing album Forever with Underneath, proving that they're definitely one of the hardest and heaviest bands going today. And of course, Deftones came out with their highly anticipated follow-up to 2016's Gore with Ohms, which is such a solid and classic sounding album, despite what others may think. Oh, and yeah, there was another thing now. What was it? I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, System of a Down released 2 new tracks. Oh my god, it's been 15 years! Of all the things to happen in 2020, this was the least expected. I just really hope these guys can compromise on the whole drama with new music, because the world needs a band like System more than ever now. I don't play many games or anything, but Among Us is fun as hell, even if it can get a bit repetitive, and I guess Call of Duty Zombies is actually good and fun again, despite Cold War itself being clearly rushed and quite buggy.
It's glitched. It's glitched. Are you shitting me? I can't even leave this room, bro. I am so fucking sad. What a shit fucking game, bro.
And Rick and Morty Season 4 dropped this year, and yeah, after seeing every episode now, honestly, it was very disappointing. I already ended up making a rant about one specific episode and how bringing dragons into the show resulted in it being highly uncomfortable and hard to watch, but the season as a whole is an entirely different problem. As polarizing as Season 3 was, at least it was consistent. I'd say out of the 10 episodes we got in Season 4, there was only 2 that I really enjoyed. The characters are really suffering as well, especially Morty, who's just becoming more and more unlikable. I swear at least 3 of the episodes end with haha, we didn't learn anything and life is pointless. Not to mention the finale was also really anticlimactic. They introduced the other Beth from the whole clone subplot in Season 3. Then they fight Tammy and Phoenix Person, and then the episode just ends. All that build up only to wrap up so cleanly at the end. Which has me fearing for how the rest of the show is gonna go now too. Like, is the whole evil Morty plot gonna wrap up this cleanly in 30 minutes too? Unfortunately, I think the hype has really killed this show, and if the next season is anything like this, I'm done. I'll just stop watching, because nothing matters and life is pointless, right? But you know what didn't disappoint? Bojack Horseman. Oh my god. What an amazing ending to the show. Despite being told by Netflix that season 6 would be the last one, they still managed to give every character a satisfying ending and make a solid season. Although you could class this show as a comedy, I guess, I've never been more haunted by episodes like Time's Arrow and The View from Halfway Down. I love this show. It's actually perfect, and if you disagree, I'll fight you in the comments. It's my absolute favourite show, and I'll be watching it again and again in the future years to come. I highly recommend this show to everyone. It is brilliant.
See you on the other side.
Oh, Bojack, no. There is no other side. This is it.
So yeah, even with the little good things we got this year, it's not enough to justify 2020 being even close to good. Overall, yeah, it was bad, but in some ways 2020 just felt like filler in a weird way. Oh well, hopefully 2021 is a little bit better, but again, considering that we're still in a pandemic, it's already going to be hard for it to be at least a decent year. I think that's going to do it for this video. I'm Cicaden, drop a like and subscribe, and have a happy new year. And I'll see you in the next video, probably 3 months from now. Bye!